When it comes to comic book villains capable of bending time and warping reality, the competition is as fierce as it gets. But somewhere at the top, two names keep resurfacing: Kang the Conqueror, master manipulator of Marvel's timeline, and Brainiac, the coldly logical alien thorn in Superman's side from DC. These aren't mere tyrants. They are strategists, tech geniuses, and perfectionists. But only one can be called the smarter time tyrant. Or maybe only one should be. Let's start with Kang. Nathaniel Richards Kang's real name. And if you didn't know, that surname's not random. Back in the 31st century, young Nathaniel figured out he was related to Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. All that future genius DNA went to his head, stumbled across time travel technology, and did what any promising intellect-fueled narcissist would. He decided to rewrite history. Repeatedly. As Kang, he became the temporal tyrant, constantly switching up identities. Aromatet, Immortus, Iron Lad, the man has as many aliases as Doctor Who has faces. Kang's greatest weapon is not his armor or even his mastery of future tech, but his staggering intellectual ambition. He doesn't simply conquer eras, he crossbreeds timelines, builds empires, triggers wars just to study the outcomes, and fights versions of himself when things get boring. The Avengers aren't just his enemies, they're lab rats in his grand experiment. To Kang, time isn't a river, it's a puzzle. He's always searching for the ultimate solution where he finally, truly wins, and he plans. Oh, does he plan? Contingencies within contingencies? If he loses, it's only so he can return in another mask, another timeline, and try again. But here's the trick. Kang's flaw is that same ambition. For every genius stratagem, there's hubris leaking in between the gears. He's obsessed not just with control, but with proving he's the smartest. This is what keeps him getting ousted by his own variants. Sometimes his greatest setbacks come literally from himself. Now, on the other side of space and time, Brainiac. Nobody calls Brainiac the collector of worlds. For nothing. Born as Vril Dox, sometimes robot, sometimes green-skinned Kryptonian, always at least 12 steps ahead. Brainiac isn't mired in the same existential drama as Kang. His motivation is clean, clinical, let to accumulate knowledge across the universe, distill civilizations into bottled cities and gigabytes, and let the rest burn. There's elegance to it. Cold, zero-inch margin for elegance. While Kang's intellect thrives on chaos and improvisation, Brainiac's mind is an operating system run on optimization. He doesn't just conquer for fun. He solves entire civilizations the way one solves Rubik's cubes, systematically, mercilessly, and then he shelves them away, having had his fill. If destruction is necessary, so be it. The point is never debate its data. Even his defeats get cataloged so he can update his own algorithm for next time. To Brainiac, there are no emotional entanglements, no pride left to wound, no variants from the multiverse to trick you. Just the next civilization, the next data set, the next improvement. Even Superman, DC's ultimate idealist, isn't a true rival. He's an interesting variable in Brainiac's meta-analysis. So, who's smarter? On paper, Kang's intellect is almost unfathomable. He has the scientific know-how to invent time travel, clone himself, and reboot empires. But Kang is, for all his 31st century wisdom, still human, haunted by insecurity, capable of love, hate, and the quintessentially human mistake of thinking he is the smartest person in the room. Kang's genius is wild and creative, but also destructible. Brainiac, on the other hand, isn't just smart, he is efficient. His intellect is alien, mathematical, unromanticized. He rarely falls for the same trick twice. When Brainiac loses, he adapts. No grudges, no ego crisis. It's just a data-driven reality check, and onward. And yet therein lies a paradox. If Kang's intellect is too messy, compelled by pride and self-doubt, Brainiac's is almost too perfect at times, lacking the capacity to anticipate the irrationality baked into organic, chaotic life forms. Brainiac might compute the odds, but it's the unquantifiable, the emotional outlier, the unpredictable fluke that sometimes topples even his best plans. So, on this battlefield, their duel plays out not in the crash of armies, but in the clash of philosophies. Kang, the time tyrant, striving to outsmart not only his enemies, but his own self-doubt. Brainiac, the cosmic intellect, snuffing out uniqueness wherever he finds it, turning curiosity into control. In the end, smarter isn't always the most powerful. Kang may lose to himself, and Brainiac may lose to the unexpected. But both represent two sides of the same coin, one endlessly searching for meaning in chaos, the other finding solace in cold, calculated order. Maybe being the smartest time tyrant was never the point. Maybe in the end, it was about whether chaos or order would blink first. And if you're wondering which is the better adversary, that's a calculation even the smartest minds might struggle to solve.